Welcome creators, I'm the homie Yosh, and this is my channel, where we inspire creativity, explore game development, and get hands-on with next generation coding, and unlock the power of AI to help build something truly awesome. Today we're jumping into web development. We'll be using the Zed code editor together with ChatGPT to create a complete functional website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then publish it online for free using GitHub Pages. I already have Zed installed, so we're jumping straight into the build. If you need to install Zed, check out my latest video to walk you through the install process. I will have a link to that video in the description below. I've written a full outline for how the site will be structured, and I'll walk you through the entire process. Whether you're a complete beginner or someone ready to level up your skill, this video is designed for you. I'll be using ChatGPT to help the build progress faster and clean up the code, while Zed keeps everything smooth and efficient. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future tutorials. Alright, let's fire up Zed code editor and ChatGPT so we can get started writing some code. Okay, before I open Zed, I want to make sure that I have a nice folder and I stay organized. So I created this folder here, and this is where I'm going to put the whole site, the HTML, CSS, the JavaScript pages. So just make sure so we stay organized. It makes it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Zed here. Just wait for that to open up. There it goes. That was pretty fast. I'm bringing this, put this over here for now. And then I am going to open up my ChatGPT, get that started. That's done. Go ahead and drop that into the corner here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my outline here that I started. I don't want to bore you with my typing, so I'm not going to type it out. But this is something you should always do. Before you get into any project, just start writing it out. Especially with ChatGPT, make sure you got your wording right, and you can just drop this straight into ChatGPT so it spits out what you need. So right here, I'm asking it to build a multi-page website for me. I want to create 4 pages called MC Design Pages. Use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript with the styling that separates styles, the .css file, and all scripts separating the script.js file. So it's all going to be, instead of embedding it all into one index.html, we're going to have an index.html, style CSS, and a JavaScript file. That's what I wanted to do. So make sure it's clear on that. The purpose of the site, showcasing my coding projects. This is just a demo site, so I just put in whatever. I thought this go along with the video. It'd be nice, maybe I just have this sitting around some time in the future and I could use it for something else. Just what I said, making a free website, publishing it on GitHub Pages. Now the website structure, how I want the website to be. Must contain 4 separate HTML pages. So we said different files. The index.html will be the home page. The my coding page, that's going to be an HTML file. Learn web pages. Now this is just going to be in the header, the nav link. So you got home, you'll have my code page, learn web page, publish on GitHub page. So those would be the 4 pages. Each page must include, so I want the same header, the same navigation, the same footing, all on each page. So we'll have one CSS file for all of them, instead of each of them having their own CSS file. Okay, back to the top buttons that appears when scrolling, highlights, activate page and navigation. Now here's the header requirements. Header contains left site title, MC Design page, right navigation, link points to each page, home index HTML, my code. It's saying which one it's going to point to. Learn web pages. I want that to be learn-webpages.html. That's the file. The GitHub is the same thing. Header style, background color, I want blue. I want text, light color. When you hover over yellow or orange. And now I want to make sure, this is very important, make sure on mobile links can wrap or stack. So it can, if you're looking at through, it doesn't matter if you're on the a computer looking at it through a big 32-inch or 24-inch. Oh, there goes my Alexa. It's going to scale down, so if you're looking at it mobile, you can look at the website, so it's not all out of frame or anything. Make sure it contains design web pages, short and explains the site, teaches the HTML, CSS, JS. So it's just explaining what the website's going to be. The A buttons start learning links to the web page, style, blue background with yellow orange accent, large hero settings, the page 2 my-code.html, my code content. So everything that you want your website to be, just make sure you're clear on this outline here, how you want everything. Zombie shooter JS project. Okay, my design web page. This site will have different projects I've been working on, so just make sure that's clear. Grid must be representative, 1 through 4 columns depending on screen width. That, like I said, that's the same thing depending if you're looking at mobile or if you're looking at it on PC. Now I want to be on my colors, blue cards with orange, yellow borders, and hover effects. Okay, I want page 3, the learn-web.html, my content, page title, learn how to make learn how this website works, 3 boxes explain the basics, HTML structure, CSS style. It's all going to be from the CSS, JavaScript, interactively. So that's JavaScript's for the background. If you don't know much about JavaScript, it's like a background that's for interactive. Each box should use its own these colors: HTML orange, CSS blue, JavaScript yellow. Style must be friendly and beginner focused. Okay. Now page 4, that is the publish-github.html. So I'm doing the title, which is publish your website for free. Simple steps: create GitHub account, create repository, explain. So it's just I'm putting on make sure it explains everything and what it's going to have inside the body of the page. A short paragraph explaining why GitHub page is useful. So it's going to go ahead and generate that for me. Okay, footer requirements. Footer must identical on every page. Now, so yeah, I'm emphasizing that. That's the best thing, is every page you go to, it doesn't matter what, the footer and the header should always be the same. That's good practice. Small links at the bottom, my YouTube, GitHub, placeholder. So I would take my links and just pop them in here and to make sure it stays there. Now with my style to be blue, I have a blue background, yellow/orange link cover. So it'd be yellow at first, then when you hover over, it's going to be orange, or vice versa. Styling requirements is going to be the CSS. Okay. So you got the blue, the main, yellow highlighted, orange is the accent. And other requirements: responsive design for mobile, tablet, and desktop. So again, that's to make sure that if whatever resolution of screen you're looking at, it's going to scale it down to that. Okay, navigation that wraps on stacks on small screens. Again, that's for the mobile. Grid layout adjustments, buttons rounded with hover changes, so it's not square, so it makes gives a little style to your buttons. And JavaScript requirements: Javas must be show height and break to the top buttons when scrolling, scroll smoothly to the top, and have the highlights. Okay, so we're just going down. This is all just my outlines here. So here's my links going to be. So I want to make sure that my links to my style sheet with my CSS. Make sure that I call my file style.css, and the script is going to be the .js. We're going to take care of that in the editor. Make sure a tone, I put teaching style. So all this is might be a little too much. You can just have a little bit more simplified than this. but I just want to make sure I'm direct of what I want. So I throw this into ChatGPT and it gives me what I need. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to make sure highlight everything here in my outline. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. And I'm going to drop this. Oh, no, I'm going to get that back. I needed that. Where'd that go? I'm going to move this over to another screen. And I'm going to go ahead and open ChatGPT. And I'm going to drop this in. Build a multi-page website for me. So this is the whole outline. And let's go ahead and wait for it to give us our code. Okay, as you can see, it started giving us our code. Here's our index, which should be our home page. And let's see what goes. There's a title, the link to our style CSS, which we still have to make the files. Has everything here, the logo, design web page. Okay, our nav link to our home page. All this is going to be in the footer, so we got a nav class here and a div. Okay, so everything looks like it's going to be great here. So my code, these are all the nav links to the different pages, and as you can see, where's index.html, my-code.html. So these are the HTML pages, and everything looks pretty good. Simple intro, just like I wanted in the body. P, okay, that's good. That's just a paragraph. Got some divs, all right. Style with CSS. Okay, so it generated our index. Now here's our next my-code.html. So we went ahead and printed that out. And again, shared header is all the same. Everything looks good here. Okay, so there's our next HTML page. Everything looks like the way I wanted it. And here is our last one. And everything looks pretty good. It has all the tags we need, all the closing. Now here's the style. Now, as you can see, like under the classes, like for header, it has header class. So that's how they make it in the style. So we can make sure, make the hover. Here's the classes right here: site header, header inner, the logo, main nav. So it doesn't matter which pages, as long as it's in that class, it's going to be dialed under this. Make sure it has open bracket and close bracket. Oh, that looks pretty good. And then we're going to our JavaScript here. So I'm going to move this over here, and then I am going to open up my, what happened to my editor? There's my editor right here. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the index.html. So let me bring this back to the top. There we go. There it is. Okay, so there's the index. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. So we got 99 lines. So now I'm going to hit Control S, and it's going to open my File Explorer if you're working on Windows. I'm going to go to the folders that I made. I know I got a lot. So I'm going to the folder that I made earlier. So I just got to go there. And I called it MC Design Websites. And I want to make sure that this is my index.html. And another thing, you can just copy it from here if you want. And we'll save that, and you can see everything changed. So next thing I want to do is I want to hit Control N, and that's going to open up a new page. And the next one we're going to make is the next HTML page, which is learn. So I'm just going to copy this, learn.html. Well, first I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to copy this one, copy. I'm going to hit Control S to save, and it's going to open my file explorer. Ignore that, just hit OK. And I'm going to go ahead and put the file name that I just copied, Control V, learn-webpages.html. I'm going to save it, and as you can see, it took. So next we're going to go to the next. We're going to scroll down and publish GitHub pages. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come over here to the index.html, or the learn pages we're under. I'm going to hit Control N again to open up a new folder. Now, if you want, you can come up here to these 3 lines, go into File, and just hit New. But okay, so I'm going to go back here to the ChatGPT. Now I'm going to paste that in here, that line of code, and I'm going to go ahead and Control S. I'm going to hit OK. So, oops, I didn't copy this. Copy that. I'm going to put that in here. Control V to paste the publish-github.html. So we're going to save that. Make sure that it's all saved. I'm going to hit Control N to open up a new one. I'm going to scroll down to the next file that we need to make, which is the style.css. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, paste that in here, Control V, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy this first, the style.css. And I'm going to go ahead and Control S to save, hit OK, and I'm going to change the name here. I'm just going to paste that file name that we want it to be called style.css. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. And you can see everything's saved. And I'm going to scroll down to the JavaScript file here. There's a lot of CSS. There we go. There's our script.js. So that's what we want. Come back over here to the style.css. I'm going to hit Control N to open up a new file. I'm going to go ahead and paste all this JavaScript in. Control V. So that's all our JavaScript there. And I'm going to hit Control S. Hit OK. Oops, I forgot to copy the name down. It's just script.js though. Just to make sure that we got it correct. Control V, script.js, and we're going to go ahead and save that. So now that we've got everything, this looks like it's all. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should have 6 different folders here. So now to check your folders, you just go into View. I'm sorry. Project panel. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we missing? Okay, something we are missing. Okay, so we got the index. We got my-code.html. No, we don't. We don't have that one. So I'm going to hit Control N. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste that in here. Control V. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy this my-code.html. Control C. Control S. Hit OK. And Control V, and then we're going to save that. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything looks correct. Okay. So there's some other things that I can do. If you have some logos that you want to add into, I have some logos that I made. I'm going to go over that later on. But for right now, I want to go ahead and open up that folder that we put everything in. Make sure it's all in the same folder. Okay, the same folder. The MC Design website has everything from the index all the way down to the style. So everything's linked to the index. So the only one you should open is the index.html. And there's our page right here. So let's go ahead and walk you through this. So if we go to our outline, so I'm going to drop this, drop that. I'm going to bring our outline back in. There we go. Okay, so this is our website structure. Contains 4 HTML, homepage, my code. All right, and there's our body. I get exactly what we want, what I wanted. So you gotta be specific when it comes to this is what I want. So it's always good practice to make an outline before you start building a website. Before, even if you want to just have ChatGPT do the coding for you. Did you see how long it just took us? Like what, 10 minutes, and we already got a website. Whatever, you just make sure your outline's a little bit more specific, and that's all you have to do. Just take some time writing it out on real language, and then just pop it in ChatGPT, and there you go, a whole web page. Which I like this because I've been using Wix and everything else because I'm doing different websites, and it's just, I always paid I paid Wix. It was just for a portfolio. That's all I wanted, but I couldn't put it enough stuff that I wanted. I only had a limit to like 5 gigs or something like that, and I wanted to put a video in there. I wanted more styles, and it's like, oh well, you got to pay more money, and I'm like, wow, So for the website, I paid like what, $300 for a whole year on a website that was just a portfolio. And it's like crazy. So I was like, how can I get cheaper here? What's the best way? And I couldn't get past the server. I needed a server to run it on, and that's when I found GitHub. GitHub's free. You can also get your own domain name, and you can post that in there. So we're going to go over that to the GitHub in just a little bit. I just want to go over this website to show you how everything is from my homepage here. My code, everything that I wanted. You see how I just scroll over it. But the JavaScript takes over, and it does the actions for us. Now, if I didn't put the links in there. I got to go back into the code and put in the links. I'll show you how to do that. Learn web pages. This is all just a demo, but I like the color schema. It looks great. We got a blue, dark blue in the background, blue here. We got the yellow with the white. Everything looks great, and published on GitHub. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. That's great. Now, granted, I do pay for the $20 a month on ChatGPT. It's just because, sometimes you can only ask it so many questions on the free service, and I like it, use it to make, some designs and stuff like that, maybe some images for me. So I do have to pay a little extra. So that's why if you're specific the first time on your outline, before you feed it into ChatGPT, you don't have to pay it $20 a month. You can just use the free version. But I like to, pay the $20 just to make sure I can ask it millions of questions and not have to worry, wait 45 minutes or, 2 days or something like that. So everything looks great here. This is good for starters. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this into GitHub. So let's go there. Okay, if you don't have GitHub, no problem. You just set up your own account. Set up your name and everything you need. It's user friendly as far as walking you through setting that up. Maybe I'll do a video on that later on. It's really not that hard. You just go ahead and give it your name, make an account, which like mine here I call HomieYosh1. Give it your email, your Gmail. If you don't have a Gmail, I don't know what to tell you, but whatever email you have. So this right here, you just start up. Where do we want to go? So this is my projects here. Repository. Okay, so we got the repository here, and we want to hit the green button for new. All right, great. So now we can put in a description and a name. Repository name, I'm going to call it MC design. Oops, let me go back. Yeah, design web page or website. Okay. And it'd be if I can just bring my outline back up. Oh, where did I put it? Where is... Here it is. Showcase my coding projects. Okay, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put that into the description. So you want to make it public. If you want to make it private, you can do that. But I'll keep this public. I'm also going to put the link in the description so you can check this page out. Add README. We can do that later. Okay, so everything looks great. So we can go ahead and create. All right, so it went ahead and created that. So now we got to go ahead and put in the project. We can drop it, upload in existing files. That's what we're going to do. We're going to upload the files and we're going to drop them in. Drag files here. So let me go ahead and make this, stretch this out a little bit here. There we go. And we want to bring in our files. Here we go. So first we're going to do with the index, we're going to bring that in. We're going to wait for that. So we're going to drag, next we're doing the webpages.html, dropping that in. And next, my-code.html, dropping that in. publish-github.html. Now, I suggest the best way is to, instead of dropping in your files, you can also go in to the code editor, copy, and just paste them in. But this would be a lot faster. So commit changes, and it's processing the files. So let me go ahead and expand this here. So we can add a README file if you want. So here's all, let me check this out. There's our style. So we can also edit it. Actually, no, yeah, we can edit it. Edit this file. So if we need to change anything, we can come in and change it and then hit commit changes. So that's in the future if you want to go back and change anything. So let's go back here. Has everything, all our files. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our settings. And we're going to go into pages. We're going to go under, we're going to hit main. So we're going to keep it under root. So under branches, we're going to put main, root, and we're going to hit save. So give that a minute. As you can see here, it says GitHub Pages, design your host, your personal organized pages. So like I said, you can go back and refresh and just give it a minute. It's building it. Okay, as we refreshed it, you can see here's our website it made for us. So we're just going to go ahead and visit the website, hit the visit button, or you just double click on the link here. And as you can see, it has everything that we wanted. If you want to make adjustments, let me go back here. Like I said, you just go under, go back to your repository, it will bring up the files, and under your index, say you want to go to your index file, you go over here, this little pencil, you click on that and for edit. And I just dropped in this hello world here and edited that. And just say commit changes. Just put up here updated hello world. Yeah, I spelled hello with a W. That's right. Commit changes. And it went ahead and commit that. So now we're going to go back under settings. Now again, we got to give this a minute. Oh, under pages here. We refresh. Give it a minute for the update to take. And there it is right there. There's the hello world. So everything seems to be working here. Everything's working great. So let's go back. And I want to get rid of that hello world. So we're going to go back and edit that out. So we're going to go back into the index. We're going to hit the edit. And we're going to get rid of that hello world. So let's go ahead and delete that for you. And then we're going to commit changes. Delete it. Deleted home world. I spelled deleted wrong. Okay. There we go. That's already saved. Let's go into the settings. Like I said before, you might want to give it a minute for it to do its thing. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I refresh it. Let's go check it out now. As you can see, it's still in there. So what I like to do is go back under my settings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to none. I'm going to hit save. Pull out and hit main again. And I'm going to save it. So now it's got to do its thing again. So just give it a minute. I'd say, yeah, just a minute or so. We're going to go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. Okay, so I went and refreshed it, and then you see my my link pop back up, and we're going to go and visit the website. And as you can see, the hello world is gone. The edit changes have been made. So I can do the same thing for the YouTube, which there's no link in there. You just click it and it just goes to home. But we can go ahead and change that later. But that's it for today's video. Now we just went from an empty project to a fully working website coded in Zed, enhanced with ChatGPT, and published for free using GitHub Pages. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out on future tutorials. As always, stay inspired, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one.